So I'm not the only one who gets these. Here's a random person commenting on one of my YouTube videos, which are mostly my TikTok videos that I repost there whilst I'm slowly building my content. And this was on the video that is also posted here about why I think that Jehovah's Witnesses keep denying the fact that they shun people because they don't really use the word shunning per se. So this person is presuming that at 14 I knew what was required regarding disfellowshipping. Could not get baptized if I didn't know this. They make lots of assumptions. So I'm just gonna cover this. And then they carried on putting this on, quoting from scriptures. So the impression I got was, I think it's somebody who probably was disfellowshipped and gone back to the organisation because the tone it comes across is very preachy and a bit judgmental. I don't know this person. I don't know who they are. They don't know me. But I wanted to touch on something and explain to maybe others who might want the same thing, how at 14 you're not fully aware what you're doing or what decision you're making. So one thing I have not really ever spoken about was that it was just me and my mum. And my mum, she's never been officially diagnosed, but everyone who knows her, we've all come to a conclusion that she is definitely on autism spectrum. And she also had learning difficulties. And she didn't actually speak until she was 5 years old. So obviously with the advancements in medicine these days, the doctors would probably have diagnosed her with autism, ADHD, learning difficulties. So basically she was also a vulnerable person, very easily manipulated. She had been scammed in the past of money because people used her trusting nature. In fact, in her youth, people could tell anything and she would believe it. She was what we would class now a vulnerable person who would probably have a support worker these days if we were in this country. So that's my point one, which I will explain my point two. Point two, at 14, I'm going to give you the time scale. I met witnesses in March of 1996. Study started in April 1996. Went to first meeting in May 1996. Became an unbaptised publisher in June, end of June 1996. I got baptised in August 1996. So what's that? April, May, June, July, August. 5 months. 5 months on a 14-year-old who is impressionable and vulnerable and has mental health problems, with a parent who's easily manipulable because they are on autistic spectrum with learning difficulties. I ask, did I really know what I was doing? In fact, did my mum really know what she was doing? I don't think so. And those grown men, elders in Latvia, who were happy to go through the questions with me, which I just memorised. I just memorised the answers because I was keen, because I thought Armageddon's coming anytime. I want to be saved. I don't want to die. Those elders should have known better. They should have looked and thought, she's only 14. Her mum's a bit, simple. Maybe we should wait and not let her get baptised. Because does she fully understand it? When people assume that at 14, oh, I should know better, they probably assume that, was I brought up in it? No. 5 months I knew it. 5 months. So when people make assumptions like this person on YouTube, they don't even know. They don't even know my history. They don't know me. They don't know what happened. It's just like, it beggars belief. People just assume you're 14, you knew what you're doing. I have a 15-year-old and a 12-year-old. Do they know what they're doing? Can they make a life-changing decision? Well, they're not allowed to drive and they're not allowed to drink. They're not allowed to stay at home on their own overnight. So how would a 12 or 15-year-old make a choice about getting baptised in an organisation that is later going to shun you, disassociate you or disfellowship you and govern your life on every aspect there is? They can't. Neither could I. So I'm probably going to post this back on YouTube for any other people who assume they know who I am or what I went through or how I got roped into the Jehovah's Witness organisation and why I chose to get baptised at 14. Only 5